The knock echoed at 300 hours, exactly as Mir's wrench slipped, causing him to skin his knuckles for the third time during that shift. He swore in 3 languages, Standard Mandarin and the harsh sounds he had learned from dock workers, before wiping his bleeding hand on his already dirty coveralls. No one ever knocked on the maintenance bay of Outpost 7 at 3 a.m. No one knocked, to be honest. They simply contacted ahead or forced their way in with their malfunctioning gear and assertive demeanor. Mir pulled himself out from under the mining drone's chassis and made his way to the external hatch. Through the sturdy porthole, he beheld only the rust-colored void of Mars's night sky. He was on the verge of resuming his tasks when the knock sounded once more, gentler this time, as if uncertain. He lifted the hatch. From beneath oversized hoods, 2 pairs of golden eyes gazed up at him. The taller person hardly came up to his waist. The smaller one held tightly to what seemed to be a plush earth bear, its artificial fur tangled and frayed. "Mr. Human," the taller individual communicated in a strong accent of standard language, "we are looking for adoption." Mir blinked once, then blinked again. The sparse Martian atmosphere occasionally induced hallucinations, yet he remained indoors and his oxygen levels appeared normal. "Excuse me? Could you repeat that?" The petite figure drew back her hood, exposing scaled features that gleamed like polished copper, adorned with small horns that gracefully arched from her temples. "I am Akeem," she whispered softly. "This is my sibling. We are Draconians. A parent is needed." Draconians. Mir was aware of them, a relatively recent addition to the Alliance. This species hails from a colony world situated close to the Veil Nebula. They had only become part of galactic society a generation prior, yet he had never encountered one in person and certainly never anticipated discovering 2 at his doorstep in the midst of the Martian night. "Where are your real parents?" Mir inquired, already anticipating that the response would not be to his liking. "Dead," Akeem's sister stated without emotion. She might have been around a year older, featuring darker scales that displayed an iridescent sheen even under the bay's intense fluorescent lighting. Incident in the mining sector. Sector 12 has experienced a tunnel collapse. 3 days ago. Mir felt a tightness in his chest. He had heard about that incident. All contract workers from Offworld. 12 dead. The company dispersed the basic compensation and proceeded forward. What about social services? "Do you want to divide us?" Akeem murmured, gripping her bear more firmly. "Take me to Titan. Send my sister to Europa." Various foster families. The older sister went on. "We did our research." Mir now noticed that her name badge read Zara. "Humans are among the rare species that frequently take in children who are not biologically theirs. It is regarded as typical for you, even noble." "You repair damaged items," Akeem remarked, pointing at the dismantled equipment strewn across the bay. "Perhaps you can mend us as well." Mir brushed his fingers through his hair, smudging a line of hydraulic fluid on his forehead. This was absolutely wild. He was a mechanic, not a dad. He resided in a repurposed shipping container. His kitchen was equipped with a protein synthesizer and a hot plate. His concept of a well-rounded meal involved simply adding nutrient paste to his instant ramen. But those golden eyes contained a familiarity he understood, the same urgent resolve he had recognized in his own reflection years back when he had escaped Earth with nothing but a toolkit and a one-way ticket to anywhere else. "Step inside," he found himself saying. "The weather is quite cold outside." The girls stepped in cautiously, keeping close to one another. Zara's tail, previously unnoticed by Mir, curled around Akeem's waist in a protective manner. They surveyed the bay with astonished expressions, absorbing the bustling disarray of spare parts, diagnostic tools, and the partially constructed drone. "Do you reside here? Are the living quarters behind that door?" Mir indicated towards the back. "It may not be extravagant, but it offers warmth, and the air feels refreshing." He tidied up the workbench and motioned them to take a seat. Zara sprang up effortlessly, while Akeem required Mir's assistance. Her scales radiated warmth under his touch, reminiscent of sun-baked stone. He started to speak, saying, "Listen, I'm unable to adopt you. Laws and procedures exist. I'm struggling to earn enough to get by. I have no idea how to raise kids, especially not strict ones. What do you actually consume?" Zara mentioned that it's primarily proteins. "We eat everything. We are capable of processing food for humans." "Can you exhale flames?" "Only after puberty." "That's great to hear." Mir squeezed the bridge of his nose. "I'll reach out to social services first thing in the morning." "No!" the two girls yelled at the same time. Akeem's eyes started to shine. "We will get to work, please. We will prove our worth. I'm petite. I am able to access confined areas for repairs. Zara is incredibly powerful. We will not be a burden." "You're kids," Mir said. "You're not meant to earn your place." The idea appeared to baffle them. They shared looks, engaging in a wordless dialogue typical of siblings. Mir let out a sigh, sensing the burden of a choice taking shape even before he was fully aware of it. His mother would have referred to it as his bleeding heart once again taking precedence over his common sense. That same trait was mentioned by his ex-girlfriend in the breakup message. But perhaps certain things were worth the hassle. "All right," he finally said, "let's outline our plan of action. You will be staying here tonight. I'll choose the couch. The bed is all yours, you two. I'll reach out to a lawyer in the morning. I understand. We will ensure this is done correctly and in accordance with the law. I can't guarantee anything, but we'll make an effort. Got it?" Akeem nodded with such intensity that her horns glimmered in the light. Zara's face stayed deliberately impassive, yet Mir noticed how her shoulders eased. "Thanks, sir." "Just Mir, nothing more." He rose, extending his sore back. "All right, let's get you comfortable. And tomorrow we'll explore how a human mechanic becomes a dad to two dragon girls." As he guided them to his quarters, Akeem slipped her petite, scaled hand into his oil-stained one. It felt just right, as if a bolt had finally found its way into the thread after endless moments of struggle. Perhaps he truly had a talent for mending what was shattered, even when the fragments seemed entirely foreign to him.